Update. Am I the asshole for yelling at my husband because he scared me? Original post. Thank you all for your comments on my last post, they really helped me sort things out. He still wasn't talking to me after 3 days, so I confronted my husband. I told him that I hoped that he really meant the best, but it actually made me lose trust in him, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to trust him for a little while. He brushed it off, rolling his eyes and saying it wasn't that big of a deal. I simply replied that it was a big deal for me and I know that my trauma may be annoying to him, that didn't give him the right to do that. Afterwards he reluctantly agreed when I asked for marriage counseling. I told my psychologist about what he did and she was horrified and suggested marriage therapy. Unfortunately, each time it was time for our appointment he would make some kind of excuse not to go. He was staying late at work. There were no groceries so he had to go shopping. And I grew frustrated. I asked him if he really wanted to make things work and he didn't answer straight away. He said that he was only trying to help and by making him seem the bully, that I wasn't appreciative of him and all the things he had to accommodate for my antics. That was the last straw. I placed my wedding ring on the table and left. So now I'm staying at a friend's house and I'm in contact with a lawyer. I'm forever thankful to you, Reddit, for all your kind words. I don't know what to do at the moment as he has set my progress back a lot, but I think eventually I'll be okay. And now, I'm surrounded by people who care about me and don't think of my trauma as annoying. Edit. Thank you all for your lovely messages. I would love to reply to all of them, but it's getting quite late. I'll definitely reply to as many as I can tomorrow. I cannot thank you all enough for giving me the strength to help myself and reminding myself that my trauma is not annoying and shouldn't be seen as antics. Edit 2. Thank you so much, strangers, for the awards. You did the right thing, op. I'm proud of you. He could just apologize. Frankly, he doesn't give a crap about your feelings and your mental health. Therapy would be a good start, but he refused that option. You deserve to be loved, and your fear is understandable and you deserve a supportive partner. Trauma responses are not antics. One of the main hallmarks or predictors for couples heading toward divorce, I read a while back, is contempt. And the way your husband treats you sounds properly contemptuous. You have an issue that you're working on, you're doing all you can. The fact he pulled that lighter stunt shows how much empathy he has for you. You're better off to leave. You are incredibly strong and smart. Congrats for choosing to love yourself. Anyone you choose to be with should move mountains to honor every part of you, even the annoying ones. Here's to the start of great things. Am I the asshole for saying it's disgusting to shower twice a week? For context, my boyfriend's sister was complaining to me that her boyfriend has stinky foreskin. We're quite close and I never repeat this stuff to her brother lol. And I asked her if he cleans under it when he showers, to which she said yes, and then I asked her how many times he showers, to which she said twice a week. Personally, I shower once a day. Maybe I'll miss the occasional day in a week if I'm really tired, but it's usually only a day. To this I said, that is disgusting. Twice a week is nowhere near enough. And then she got super offended and hurt because she also only showers twice a week because she wants to preserve the natural oils on her skin. I tried to backtrack to keep the peace, but she knows it's bullshit and now she won't talk to me. She's been off with me for a few days and I can't even discuss why with my boyfriend because how am I supposed to tell him his beloved sister has a boyfriend with a stinky penis? Am I the asshole for this? I'm not sure if I should apologize to her. In all honesty, she does not smell, but I still think the twice a week rule is ridiculous because you still get that buildup of sweat and dirt, and I don't think washing twice a week is sustainable to keep it off. Edit. Typo. Not the asshole, I mean, if you had known about it, you could have phrased it better. But showering twice a week? That's gross, to be honest. You are the asshole, kind of. She's right that it's healthy to not shower too much, and that some people shouldn't do that because it is a sure, fast way to dry yourself out. But, only showering twice a week does not necessarily mean that you only clean yourself twice a week. You can keep your intimate and underarm regions clean by other means. Do you only clean your intimate parts when showering? Do you shower right before being intimate with someone? Am I the asshole telling my ex-husband I won't babysit my daughter? My ex-husband and I divorced about 4 years ago. I have taken a couple vacations with the kids since the divorce. He went on one trip with them, which was cancelled after one day due to a hurricane. He makes a lot of snide remarks about how much I pay for the vacations, but I live a pretty frugal life and my kids are my splurge. We have 50-50 custody and neither of us pay child support. My ex has family in Texas. They live on a lake, with an in-ground pool and a boat. They are close with him, he has a standing invite. The trip would cost my ex a flight, probably 1 or 2 meals out. My ex seems to be buying a new truck, bought a one-wheel, joined a golf club, and makes solid money. I don't think he's hurting, and I don't begrudge him any of it. I just wish he'd take my 2 kids on the vacation they desperately want with him, but I respect that he has every right to spend his money how he wants to. Here is where it gets weird. Monday he asked me what I'm doing for Labor Day, which according to our divorce agreement is his holiday with the kids. I don't have plans, so he asked if I could babysit, my daughter so he can take my son to Texas. I asked why he wasn't going to take my daughter and he said the trip is my son's birthday present and if my daughter asks to go to Texas for her birthday, he'll take her alone. My kids are close, and if asked, I know my son wouldn't want to go without his sister. I told him I didn't want to put the kids in that position, and he should ask his girlfriend, lives with them, been together 4 years, stays with the kids when he travels for work, to just stay home with her, but apparently she's going on the trip too. I told him it was playing favorites and I wouldn't enable it, and he blew up on me. We have a history of him being abusive, so I know I can be very quick to jump to conclusions and get protective of my kids. I know this would hurt my daughter, but maybe I'm overreacting? He called my controlling and I am trying to decide if he has any basis for that statement. Note: if he books the trip without her, I 100% will watch her, and he knows it. Not the asshole. It would be really unfair and mean to leave her behind when everyone else goes. Just as it would be unfair and mean to leave son behind on daughter's birthday trip. Why can't they celebrate together? Why must one child be left out? I don't understand. If it's because of cost, then do something cheaper, so everyone can go. Not the asshole. During his time with the kids are his responsibility. I would love to know the hoops his mind has jumped through to justify taking only one child on vacation while leaving the other at home. Who does that? Not the asshole. This isn't about a birthday gift, it's about her being female. He is not following his court order that needs to be documented to your attorney. While he may be entitled to take a trip with your son, he can't ask you to take your daughter and babysit on his weekend. That's on him. Not the asshole. Don't let him leave your daughter with you on his weekend. Period. Am I the asshole for kicking strangers out of my mom's hospice room at 1 a.m.? My mother is currently in hospice. I flew across the country to be with her till the end. I have an older sister that lives with my mother. When I got here, my sister said that she had a friend that would like to visit my mom but didn't have transportation. My mom said she wanted to see him, so I drove 35 minutes, 1:10 round trip, to get this man and bring him back. When I got there I found out that his husband was also coming. Both these men were strangers to me, but I did it so he could see my mom one last time. The plan we agreed on was I would take them home at 8 p.m. because I had to pick up our other sister up from the airport and they were on the way. When the time came to leave, the man and his husband had some sort of emotional meltdown and didn't want to leave my mother. I told them that I don't have time to deal with their drama because I had to get to the airport, so I just left. When I made it back to hospice with my other sister, it was 1 a.m. The two of us walked in. There were now 4 people and our oldest sister in the room. Our mom was sleeping, but they were laughing, joking and watching a loud video on someone's phone. I asked who the new people were and a woman said she and her boyfriend were here as emotional support for my mom's friend. They just showed up to surprise him. WTF. It is 1 a.m. and these people did not know my mother or our family. My mother has never liked many men around her, so there was no way she would be okay with 3 strangers watching her on her deathbed. My oldest sister didn't see anything wrong with them being here. I was so furious because that was just the most disrespectful thing I had ever seen. They were not family, nor were they here to support our family. I was so furious that I told everyone to shut up and leave. I was so enraged and I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was not nice. My oldest sister went out in the lobby sobbing and made a huge commotion. She went on a rant about how our mom loved this friend and how she saved him from a bad situation. We all almost got kicked out of hospice for disturbing the other patients. Thankfully the staff agreed with me and allowed myself and the sister I just picked up to stay. Everyone else had to leave. I received a text shortly after telling me how awful I was for kicking them out. I will post that message in the comments. My oldest sister also said I was in the wrong because our mother wanted an Irish wake. We are not Irish and she is not dead yet. You don't let strangers have a party in her hospice room at 1 a.m. So am I the asshole? Update. I am a bit overwhelmed at the amount of comments this post is getting and I can't possibly answer every question. Dispute what people think. Not living close doesn't mean I don't know her wishes. Yes, I confirmed my mom didn't know 3 of these people and she said the next day she doesn't want strangers in her room. Thank you everyone for the kind words, but I am not going to respond anymore. Not the asshole. When did hospice become a social event? Not the asshole. Deathbed vigils at 1 a.m. is not a time for joviality. Not the asshole. I live in Ireland and people don't invite strangers into a hospice to sit with someone that's not an Irish wake. Not the asshole. Your sister is not thinking of your mom. Just like childbirth, dying is not a spectator sport. Especially for strangers. This subreddit actually sucks the most ass I've seen. Some people are so entitled. You are far from the asshole. Whether your mother knew them or not, I think you're entitled to spend time with your dying mother without people laughing and having a good time in the same room. Not the asshole at all, and I'm very sorry for what you're going through. Where were the nurses? I'm a nurse and I can't imagine a bunch of visitors being allowed in a hospice room at 1 a.m., let alone loud ones.